Welcome to the Scaringi Law Lunch Break. This is your time of the day to learn a little bit about the law while you enjoy your lunch. Speaker of the House Nancy Pelosi is no gambler. She didn't know when to hold them or fold them and shouldn't have been sitting at the table in the first place. Speaker of the House Nancy Pelosi has finally decided to send her much beloved and overindulged articles of impeachment from their comfy nook in the cozy confines of the House of Representatives to the harsh, cold reality of the United States Senate. They're like a baby lamb having been led to its slaughter. The articles of impeachment will meet a quick and merciless death. Though we've always known how the story will end, Pelosi still managed to inject some drama into it with her childish and feckless attempt to hold on to the ball until she got what she wanted. In an unprecedented break with precedent, Pelosi stunned the world by refusing to immediately transmit the articles to the Senate after they were approved in the House of Representatives. Her purported reason? Well, she wanted to find out what rules the Senate would adopt so that she could decide which House managers to appoint to prosecute her case in the Senate. Do you believe her on that one? No. The real reason is she thought by withholding the articles, she could pressure Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell into agreeing to call certain witnesses and to produce certain documents Democrats thought would bolster their case. But Pelosi's pressure campaign was doomed to fail. She illogically thought she could get something from McConnell by withholding from him something he didn't want. Where did Pelosi learn how to negotiate? She obviously hasn't read The Art of the Deal. McConnell called her bluff. He stated there will be no haggling with the House over procedure in the Senate, and declared he would convene the trial without agreeing to call Democrats' requested witnesses. Then, in a brilliant maneuver, U.S. Senator Josh Hawley introduced a resolution to amend Senate rules to allow a motion to dismiss articles of impeachment for lack of prosecution. Hawley stated, if Speaker Pelosi is afraid to try her case, the articles should be dismissed for failure to prosecute, and Congress should get back to doing the people's business. McConnell signed on to the resolution. Stunned by the threat of having the articles dismissed for her failure to prosecute her case, Pelosi did an about-face and declared she's sending the articles over and soon, without getting what she wanted from McConnell. Game over. Pelosi folded like a cheap pantsuit. Perhaps Pelosi should brush up on her gambling skills by listening to some old Kenny Rogers songs. Contrary to what some of her acolytes in the House say, she clearly didn't know when to hold them or fold them. In fact, she shouldn't have been sitting at the table in the first place. She has zero constitutional authority to try to dictate terms to the United States Senate. Pelosi, the self-declared master legislator and strategic, politically astute leader of the Democratic Party, proved herself to be more like the fool on the hill instead of the master of Capitol Hill. The real gambler, who supports the president, by the way, would not be impressed. Faced with her embarrassing bloodbath, Pelosi got desperate. She charged that Senate Republicans, if they refused to call her requested witnesses, would be engaged in a cover-up. Yet Pelosi had the opportunity, but chose not to compel those same witnesses to testify at her impeachment hearings in the House. To Pelosi, her refusal to call certain witnesses in the House is a patriotic act to save the Republic and protect the integrity of our elections. But Senate Republicans' refusal to call those very same witnesses, well, that's a cover-up. Pelosi knows she's lost the impeachment charade. She lost from the first day she called for the official impeachment inquiry. That's why she's reduced herself to making the taunts that sore losers make. Pelosi recently bragged, this president is being impeached for life, regardless of any gamesmanship on the part of Mitch McConnell. True, but Trump will be acquitted in the U.S. Senate. That will exonerate and vindicate him in the eyes of the American people. And when Trump wins re-election and wins decisively, Pelosi's impeachment will go down as one of the worst political failures in U.S. history. And that failure will be laid at the feet of Nancy Pelosi, who stupidly bet the House on a poor hand and lost in her biggest gamble as Speaker. This failed impeachment very well may cost Democrats the House of Representatives and her the speakership, and that stigma will last for life. Well, that's all the time we have today for the Scaringi Law Lunch Break. I hope you learned a little bit about the law. Thanks for listening and enjoy your lunch.